should just do it. Just try.
You know, I took John Colson a while back, and I had about 20 screwdrivers, Phillips, straights, different sizes and lengths, and I was pouring them out on the porch outside. And I said, I'm going to teach you without these screwdrivers. What's a 4-way and what's a flathead?
Yeah.
And just went through them with him. Okay. And it took several times, but until he could say, all right, yeah, this is this is that. Because we take for granted, because you can send a kid to get a tool out of a toolbox, go get me a crescent wrench, and they'll say, what is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's sometimes, and we take for granted, especially my generation, that they just know.
Yeah.
Instead of taking time to teach them. And I've tried to with Carter, you know, let him work. We wired up some receptacles, just stuff like that, saying, all right, I want you to wire this up. This is how you do it. I'm not going to do it for you. And because I think part of it is our fault, because we do stuff for them.
It is. And a lot of TV and screens and games. And my boys haven't hit that area yet, and I hope they don't. But I agree with you. It's mostly how we bring them up. And I'm blessed to have a husband who will, when he's changing oil, he has the boys there with him.
Right.
So they'll know how to do these life skills as they get older. And I think it is us. I think we have, as parents, just not been a good teacher like we have.
Never.
Yeah. So we
do stuff for them.
Yeah, we do. We do. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And my daddy, I would probably never do this, which I started this year. He put me in a truck, a stick shift at 10.
Yeah.
Probably younger than that, in a hayfield. You drive, I'm going to load the hay down. I would never think, I would never put Nolan or Caden in.
And what we do, that's not good.
No, because they're not.
Let them learn.
We do. We need to do that. And I have caught myself.
Yeah.
As Eric was telling me, quit babying them, quit babying them.
Right.
I have let up.
Right.
And they've gotten better.
What about going in the house and shutting the door?
Yeah, they don't shut the door.
See what I mean? No, I mean leaving the kids outside.
Oh, I don't do that.
See?
And my mom, I used to play in the mountains.
And say, don't come back. My mom.
Okay. I know you're watching the program, but I had to jump in and interrupt and tell you to make sure you like, share, follow this page. If you want to talk about this show with your friends, share it so they can watch it and join in on the fun too.
Put me out and say, no, you don't come back till dark or whatever. And I'm thinking,
even my sister, she would, me and her would hit them out. She would never.
No, I mean, I can see her now putting Colson out and shutting the door and going in there and watching something on TV.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, if she gets more than 10 feet away from him, then we've really done something.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, but I mean, it's something, I think it's our fault.
Yeah.
More y'all's fault, not me. I don't have to worry about that now.
But we did, you know, the other day we did one thing that, because I am bad for that, with not letting my kids go off, but we put them in the field and it's fenced in. Where they going to go?
And your boys are pretty good size.
Yeah, and I said, yeah, they can't get out. So, and they played there the entire day, and I didn't interrupt them, and Colson was with them. And they told me that night, Mom, we had such a good time. We played pretend guns and Indians. It's like, well, maybe that's what we need to do, is quit making them think they can't do things.
I think we can hover them. You hover them, your generation, one thing I've watched you do, okay, and it's versus, and my generation, several generations back from there, about 5. But I mean, it seems like you hover them a little tight instead of letting them,
I'm guilty
letting them do those things.
I'm very guilty for that.
Well, all right.
Our sheep's back.
Oh, that's good. Good to see him back. But anyway, so when we think about family and we think about growing up, let's talk about this. What are some memories that growing up as a young girl, where you grew up, what are some memories that stick out in your mind?
Well, my favorite memory, and it's a silly one, is Mom and Dad. They would get a cooler and they'd get some just lunch meat and bread, and we would just ride these back hollers all day long, and we'd eat in the car, eat some chips. Those are my favorite memories. I love that. I try to get Eric to do that with me because that's my favorite memories. He says, that's wasting a lot of gas. You know how much gas is what he says.
Right.
But that is my favorite memory with my parents, just spending quality time with them. We didn't need theme parks. We didn't need anything. Just was good quality time together. And I love that. And that's one, and walking in the mountains. That's what I mean, sis.
Right.
I love being in the mountains. Our husband may not like to be in the mountains like we do. But that's just something we did growing up, and that's what I like doing with my kids.
That's good. But those memories stand out to you, though.
Yeah, they are. Really, they're too.
Really do. I mean, well, when you think about, so what are some of the big changes when you think about now and then? I mean, what are you seeing a big difference in the world we live in?
Huge difference. I think people you can't say hardly say nothing because people gets offended. And back then, their feelings wasn't on their shoulders. So I think that has made a lot of our generation and younger kids very sensitive. And they shouldn't be. They should be tough. And I don't know. It's just different how you have to constantly watch what you say, and because you don't mean nothing by some things, and it could hurt people. So it's just an odd time.
Yeah, it's a little more sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay. I know there's a lot of things words that I used growing up that we can't use now.
Yeah.
And I think about it, it is strange.
It is strange. We can barely say pray for someone, because if someone's in that group that doesn't believe in prayer, we offended them. And I'm not, I mean, it's just, I'm scared to be me.
Yeah. When you can't say idiot no more, hard at all, or stupid, or you idiot, you can't say things like that. And you can thank them, but you can't say them.
No.
You know, you can't hardly say them. You know, it's funny. I mean, I really do think about the changes in the world.
Yeah.
And everything's moving at a faster pace.
It is.
It's, man, it's just popping.
And then people can't turn off, like we usually can come home and turn off the outside world. The outside world comes home to our kids. Like they have social media. There's never a turn off. Like they cannot just be themselves. They have to constantly have the outside world dictating where they go and what they should be, or and that's another thing. I think it's no rest for the kids, because they don't ever get a turn off.